Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing on this brisk December morning? We're here today to celebrate and welcome yourselves. If you're able to, please stand. We're going to sing our opening number, Spirit-Led, Spirit-Fed. The words are in your program. That's my partner, Karen Rezegi. We're sans Andres today, but we're still bright matter.
I am spirit-led, spirit-fed. Everywhere and always I am spirit-led. I am spirit-led, spirit-fed. Everywhere and always I am spirit-led. Flowing like a river of peace. I am nature's wandering child. Love cannot be added to me. I am made complete in the divine. I am spirit-led, spirit-led. Everywhere and always I am spirit-led. I am spirit-led, spirit-fed. Everywhere and always I am spirit-led. There's magic in every day, like a beautiful song. And as we're choosing our way, there's a voice inside to guide us along. We are spirit-led, spirit-fed. Everywhere and always we are spirit-led. We are spirit-led, spirit-fed. Everywhere and always we are spirit-led. We are spirit-led, spirit-fed. Everywhere and always we are spirit-led. We are spirit-led, spirit-fed. Everywhere and always we are spirit-led. Everywhere and always we are spirit-led. Everywhere and always we are spirit-led. Thank you, Kara. Thank you, Chris. Woohoo! And you may be seated. All right, so good to see you. Good morning, good morning. We have lots of things in store today, lots of wonderful ways to awaken that spirit within us and dance together in that energy. But first, to my left is the wonderful Reverend Chris Nygren.
Yes, I changed my name. I did a name tag today. My maiden name, yes.
Yeah, that's right. She's owning it.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And we want to say hello to those of you who are watching online, whether that's on Facebook or YouTube. Welcome. If you would just kind of say hello in the chat, and then we can kind of feel like we're connected and get a conversation going. All right, so without further ado, I invite you to say our opening invocation with me, which is on that buff sheet in the seat back in front of you, if you're not yet familiar, while Chris lights the divine light candle, honoring that energy of fire, that essential element.
To fire.
Yay.
And to love.
Yeah. All right, so let's, again, speaking of love, let's connect with that love in our hearts and breathe from that space. And together, there is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life. God, the good omnipotence. Just breathe that in for a moment. Feel that very present energy of divine light right at the core of our being. And it is awakening with simply our invitation. And so it is. And so, first of all, you know, it is the first night of Hanukkah tonight, and we are honored to have the wonderful Mark Malachi to lead us in the blessings for the first night of Hanukkah. So, Mark, would you come on up? Thank you. Yeah.
So the first night, there are 3 blessings, and the first one just thanks God, and we're just so grateful that we have this festival of Hanukkah, which is sometimes called the Festival of Lights. So we just lit the Christ candle, and we are about to light the menorah to celebrate light. The second blessing is about miracles, because a great miracle happened in, it was about 150 before the birth of Christ. So it was like 164 BC, something like that. And what happened was the Syrian Greeks were occupying Jerusalem, and the Jewish people finally were able to overtake the Syrian Greeks and get their area back and get their temple back, and they wanted to rededicate the temple. And Hanukkah literally means rededication, and they needed to have oil that would last. It was going to take about a week for them to go through all of the rituals, and they only had a tiny bit of oil, and so they were able to just light a little bit of oil, but the miracle was the little tiny bit of oil that could barely last a few hours lasted 8 days, and so they were able to rededicate the temple, reconsecrate the altar that was in Jerusalem, and it was considered a great miracle. And so we light the menorah, and this is the helper candle, and you light one candle the first night, 2 candles the second night, and there are 3 blessings. I will translate them first, and then I will chant them in Hebrew. The first blessing, pardon me, I have to take off my glasses, means basically we are all blessed by the light of Hanukkah. The second blessing is we thank God for this great miracle that happened, and we can celebrate all miracles in our lives. And the third blessing is we consecrate this moment, which this blessing, the Shehecheyanu, is recited the first night of any Jewish holiday, but as unity people, we can celebrate the now, celebrate this moment. And so I will chant the blessings. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Chanukah. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asa nisim lavoteinu bayamim hahem ba'azman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehecheyanu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. And we can all sing Amen together. It goes like this, Amen. We'll do it slow. Together, Amen.
Right, and so the light continues because now it's still Advent. In fact, it's the 4th Sunday in Advent, and Chris Eagle is going to come up and help us celebrate the last Sunday, which is joy, right?
Yes, it is. So, in this journey of birthing light, we started our journey with faith. With this candle, we open to possibilities of tremendous good, the possibility of heaven on earth and in our lives. And then our second candle that we have already lit prior is for peace. As we light this, we activate the inner peace within us. And the third candle, which was started last week, is love. As we light it, we are reminded of the love in which we live, move, and have our being. And today's candle, as you already know, is joy. Joy comes from experiencing God's presence and power in our life. We can experience joy whenever we are aligned with the divine within and notice the blessings all around us. As we complete our journey of awakening in this cycle, we light this candle to represent the joy that is ours today. Let us take a moment to focus our deep gratitude for the gift of joy and allow that gratitude to well up and radiate out into the world around us.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah. All right.
And we're going to go a little deeper into that energy of light and spirit and the divine with our opening meditation.
I surrender. I trust and I know as I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. I surrender. I trust and I know as I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. I fall into the arms of love.
And so I invite you to sit back and place anything that's on your lap, maybe to the side. Begin to take a nice, deep, cleansing breath with me. Close your eyes if that's comfortable, or just gaze softly down in front of you. Breathing in the peace of this moment. And on the out breath, releasing anything that resists that peace. Deep breath in, deep breath of love, and releasing anything that is resisting that experience of love in this moment. And a third deep breath in, breathing in joy, opening to joy, releasing anything that resists that joy. And with this continued breathing, we relax the physical body. We relax the thinking mind. We relax all of the to-do lists today, relaxing into the present moment, into our heart center. And as we talked about last week, we get to practice this art of surrendering that small little self, surrendering the least effective part of us, surrendering the fear, surrendering all that does not serve us. And we surrender into that highest divine presence, surrendering into the arms of love all around us, within us, holding us, embracing us, allowing us to grow and blossom, to express the light that is within us, the light that we are. Simply with this acknowledgement and our intention to experience this light growing within us. experience that love, that highest divine consciousness, Christ consciousness within us. We are supported, filled, empowered by this tremendous divine energy of love. And we just surrender into that together in the silence for the next minute or so. And as we have experienced this light, this love, this peace, this wholeness at the center of our being, together in this space we have created this healing energy. It's a healing energy. It's all interconnected. That divine life energy expresses as us and as everyone and everything. So in this conscious awareness, this higher vibration, I invite you to call forth the names of anyone who might be in your heart, in your thoughts, that is not experiencing this at the moment. And I invite you to just gently speak their names aloud. And so in addition to all of these individuals or animals or places on the earth that we're holding in our hearts for healing, we also say a special blessing for all of these prayer requests that have been entered into our prayer request box, knowing that this energy in this moment of healing, of light, of awareness, of awakening is happening for these individuals or whoever they're requesting prayer for. Again, that omnipresent spirit is wholeness, it is joy, it is infinite, limitless good. It is healed relationships. It is vibrant energy, direction, guidance. All of that is present and available as a possibility, and we just affirm it, whatever these people are requesting, that it becomes realized in their experience. Thank you, Spirit, and so it is. And with a nice deep breath, again, I invite you to come back into the room. Open your eyes when you're ready. Stretch a little bit. Bring yourselves back into your body. Come on in if you're out there. Come on in. And take a look around at all of the faces of that divine light around you. All of the unique expressions of that one life. Yeah, make that connection. And now I invite you with that energy. That's really centered energy. I can really feel it, I gotta say. It's just like a really very palpable this. So let's continue with that as we say together our vision and mission statement, which is on the front of the program or on that buff sheet if you want to take a look at that. And we say this together, our vision. We envision the divine light awakening in all. And our mission, we center in peace and love. We connect in our hearts with others. We celebrate our journey toward wholeness, and we empower others to experience their spiritual magnificence. So it is. All right.
All right. We have our friend Karen Nobe joining us today for.
Said the night wind to the little lamb, do you see what I see? Way up in the sky, little lamb, do you see what I see? A star, dancing in the night with a tail as big as a kite, with a tail as big as a kite. Said the little lamb to the shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear? Ringing through the sky, shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear? A song, high above the trees with a voice as big as the sea, with a voice as big as the sea. Said the shepherd boy to the mighty king, do you know what I know? In your palace warm, mighty king, do you know what I know? A child shivers in the cold. Let us bring him silver and gold. Let us bring him silver and gold. Said the king to the people everywhere, listen to what I say. Pray for peace, people everywhere. Listen to what I say. The child, sleeping in the night, he will bring us goodness and light. He will bring us goodness and light.
Said the night wind
To the little lamb, do you see what I short story about my time in Montreal. I was invited to be. Oh, my mic's not working? That's all right. Nah. I tried checking it before. I'll use that. That's fine. So let me just take this off. Or now, can you hear me, live streamers? Much better. Thank you. All right. How's that, everybody? Good? All right. Back to Montreal, right? So I was fortunate to be asked by Reverend Rosemary Hyde, who used to be co-minister here at Unity Center of Peace. In her explorations internationally, she speaks French. So she was offering, she was a minister in residence, is a minister in residence, and offering French and English courses, Unity courses. And she goes, Chris, do you want to come up here? And maybe for a month, there's a rotating minister position here. The senior minister doesn't live in Montreal anymore. She just visits a few times a year. So they've started this visiting minister program where you live in the apartment. It'd be like if this had an apartment in the back, right? So who do you think, shovels the snow and sweeps the walk? The minister in residence, right? Who do you think puts the snacks out? Minister in residence. Which it was I had such a good time. I was there for 5 weeks, and it's a congregation about this size. It looks a lot like the congregation here in terms of ages and things, but there are people from all over the world there. And everything's in French. All the signs are in French, and a lot of people speak French and English. So I felt like I was over in Europe somewhere. But it was just such a beautiful experience. But I was working full-time while I was there. So minister in residence, besides snacks and sweeping, doing the Sunday talk, and doing a Wednesday evening class, and doing office hours 3 days a week, for an hour and a half, and then doing the meditation. Those are the main responsibilities of a minister in residence. I was also working full-time, which is virtual. And for the first time in my whole 40-something years of having fun as a leader in higher education, I was like, you know what? This minister in residence stuff is actually more fun. That's why I went, right? This is so much more fun. And I'm the kind of person that how many of you go to the beach and you still have something to do at work, right? So you find the coffee shop with the web, or, it used to be like that. Now all those cottages have internet. Yeah, me and my brother-in-law actually would go, let's find the Wi-Fi and do some work, right? Take the time out of the day. And it was a nice balance it was kind of fun, right? It was fun. Well, it wasn't so fun to do both for the first time in my working career. It wasn't as fun. I was like, that's the sign. Right? Time to make a change. So I had already decided, I had been thinking about changing my name, and I shared the podium with another reverend that shares the building, because other people rent the building in Montreal. And she gave a talk all about spiritual names and human-given names, and the power of spirit-given names. I would think of that as a medicine name. My medicine name is Swan Crossing Water. That's like, hello, I'm Reverend Swan Crossing Water. So I was like, and I did a numerology thing actually with Lena and Kathy camping last summer, and I did the numerology of my married name, and I was like, that's not really me. So I was like, well, let me change it back to my new branch. This is Swedish for new branch, or new growth. Nygren is new branch, which is very fitting for this time of my life. But when I did the numerology, I was like, that fits a lot better. Maybe I should think about changing it back. And then when I shared the podium with Reverend Juliet, she talked about spirit name and man-given name. I was like, okay, I'm just going to do it. So I did it. And I'm so glad. So Rev Chris Nygren. And I also announced my retirement from my day job. So January 13th, on another auspicious day, another good numerology day, I was like, maybe I should think about what date I should do it, right? And I was like, what's the mean? What are the angel number mean? And you can look up all that stuff online. What the heck's the number? If Oswaldo was here, he could tell me exactly. But 1-3-22 is a pretty good day. So that'll be it. And I'm just going to be Reverend and Minister of Outdoor Sacred Spaces here. I'll be going back to Montreal for 5 months next year, not all at the same time, kind of spread out as a minister in residence. But what I had fun doing, what I wanted to share with you today, is I got to talk about the intersection of my shamanism practice and unity. So I grew up with unity, like without knowing, we didn't go to a unity church or anything. So I know those unity principles, I live them, and those unity practices. And you still can't hear me, Debbie? Is that right? Well, is there any wonder with all these candles, the element of fire, the element of wind? Okay. Let's try this again. This is my new branch. Oh, this will be better, yeah. Yeah. That's better. Hold on. Let me do it the other way. Let me do it the other way. Now, hopefully the wind is not impacting. How's that? Better? Oh, yeah. That sounds better to me. Okay, good? Thumbs up? All right. So what I want to share with you is how unity actually creates a wonderful way to interpret what Reverend Victoria's been talking about, modern mysticism, the mystical side of our experience as human beings, the mystical side that cuts across religions, and inner spiritual interfaith, which is my training for ministry, is all about that. And how many of you are familiar with Emily Cady's over 100-year-old book, one of the core textbooks of unity? It's called Emily Cady's Lessons in Truth. How many of you have taken a look at that? Okay, good. So I invite you, if you're not already familiar, it's super short, it's free online on truthunity.net. Just look up Emily Cady. Now, she wrote it and sent it to Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, and they were like, oh, yeah, this is perfectly aligned with what we're teaching people. So they published it under the Unity, umbrella, but it's Emily Cady's book, Lessons in Truth. And in that, she has this, it's a great illustration of like how things work. So imagine a circle, a big circle. And imagine you've got 3 levels of our consciousness. Our body, physical body. So imagine a big circle with 2 lines, so 3 sections. We have our body, our soul, and spirit. So in Unity, we talk about the absolute realm, where things are, the relative realm of our body in this plane, where things are always changing, and then they're down in the spirit side or up, however you want to think about it, is the absolute, like those truths, those unchanging things, the source of our divine ideas, right? That divine energy, divine ideas. And our bodies in this physical plane are just expressions of the divine, right? So her book explains these 3 levels, and I find it very useful for thinking about, where does shamanism, energy healing, all these other, where do they fit in? Where does that all fit in? Because in some religions, there's no room for all that stuff, right? That's considered like a total distraction, right? But Unity makes room for it, because that middle layer between spirit and body, and I'm doing it this way because if you look at her book, her body's at the top and the spirit's at the bottom. Between those 2 is the subconscious. This is that beautiful realm where we can feel and have those mystical experiences. So when I was listening to the music and I got goosebumps, right? That's the connection. In my way of thinking, that's the connecting of the body and spirit through all of my filters and patterns and beliefs of my subconscious. When we're in meditation and we're releasing and getting to that healing consciousness and feeling the oneness, what's happening there? I view that as the body and the spirit are connecting through the subconscious, which I finally relaxed into and opened up that door, inner door to the silence, and could get in that way through my inner attention. So I just find that so useful. So what's shamanism? So beyond being it's a cultural word, right? I don't really like the word, but I don't have another word to replace it. My training is in what's called core shamanism. Michael Harner, who was an anthropologist, went around the world studying the medicine people of different cultures, indigenous cultures, and he gave us all a beautiful gift by distilling, from his American point of view, distilling the common practices of medicine people from across many cultures. And what were some of those practices? Drumming, So I brought my drum here to drum for you today. Divination. So how many of you have oracle cards that you use? Okay, that's a divination, right? Or runes. How many of you use runes or something like that, where you're playing with consciousness, getting messages. There are other aspects of shamanism, but the core thing, like why do we drum? Drumming at a certain pace is science has shown, moves your consciousness into another realm. So if you've played around with meditation or hypnosis, you know about like the delta, theta. Alt knows this. He's a hypnotist, right? You can move your own consciousness into other realms of consciousness through meditation, through your sleep, through daydreaming, right? Through hypnosis, through journeying, shamanic journeying. That's what shamans use the drum for. That is a certain pace of the drum that helps you get there. Now, it takes practice. That's the art, right? That's the skill, that's the practice. And there are practice across all different kinds of traditions. Breath work, breath practice. How many of you do like the metta meditation, right? May all beings be peaceful, may all beings be healthy, or something like that. You're not just being in silence, you're actually using that meditative state to actually share with others. So what is all that about? So in unity, in lessons of truth, it's that middle layer between spirit and body. And it's our subconscious and different ways to access it. So that's kind of the unity framework. And building on that, how many of you are into Reiki or other energy practices? All right, quite a few hands here. So you guys familiar with the Russian dolls, that have the different sizes? So I'm just using this as an illustration. So here's our physical body here on this plane in this time and space. For those of you online, this is really small, little tiny shape. But we know that this isn't all we are. And when we're in that silence that we just experienced in meditation, or we're doing things to change our consciousness, like shamanic drumming, we can feel ourselves bigger and attached in part of a oneness consciousness. So just to compare. So in the energy healing modality that I learned, esoteric healing, you've got a physical body, an emotional body, a mental body, and a spiritual body. So here's the thing. We're so much bigger than we imagine. Hold your arms out like this and just kind of go like this and see how many people you can touch. All right, so this is, and as I'm looking from my point of view, I can see that you're all touching each other, right? So imagine that, when you're sitting here by yourself, you feel like you're separate, right? But put your arms out representing your energy, and we're all this is what group energy is all about. We're all overlapping, we're all influencing each other. So when we're all in that peaceful state of meditation, no wonder a healing energy comes up. Or when we're all in a feeling of love, like recall right now, puppies, children, grandchildren, fun, happy times. Conjure up the most loving images, horses, animals. For me, it's being outside in nature, seeing my children as babies, holiday times that are joyous. And now put your arms out with the beautiful, loving, joyous feeling. I see a lot of smiles here. I see a lot of smiles. Yeah, and you can go up too. And you can go down into the earth through. No wonder the earth loves us when we're happy, right? And when we're not. So this is one way to think about this, right? We're bigger than our physical body. Another way, what I don't like about this analogy, although it gets that first point across, it still looks like a separate thing. It still has boundaries, right? It still has boundaries. So with the help of my assistants, we're going to try something different. So another way to get the point across. Let's do the gray one first. Now we're going to do a magic trick, and I'm going to disappear. Right? Okay, pull it a little tighter. Thank you. All right. Can you see the thing I'm poking through here? Hold on. You see that? Can you see my head? Can you see my hands? You get the idea? Okay. Whoop, poking through, right? What if we're a field and not, like, are we a wave or a point, right? What if we're, okay, you can just relax for a minute, but stay holding it. What if we're not these separate things? We're just a divine expression through the field, right? Does that give you a different view? We're a divine expression. What's that mean? Well, you can think of it as like we're an encapsulated expression, separate from everything else. But what if we imagine that this is not empty space, as we know that it's not, right? And does this help you think of it differently? And as I poke through this, it's still connected to the field. You can see its form, but it's like it's an expression. It's an expression of the field. It's of the field, the substance. So in Unity, we talk about the substance. Imagine this blanket is the substance, and I'm expressing through the substance my unique form. Happy to say my belly's a little smaller these days, but you know. All right, assistants, let's call up this other thing. Now, this field, let's drop this, and then if you can pick up the pretty blanket. So you got the point of the field. What if your field looked like this? Ooh, like imagine what you could express. You can't, a blanket doesn't show it as much, but you kind of get the idea. Imagine what you could express through this beautiful field. Okay, you can drop it. Thank you, assistants. Yes, a round of applause for my helpers. We'll have to work on the magic trick. Well, I think about these kinds of things because this is what I do, and all the things that I've learned culminating. They're not culminating, I'm still expanding, but I like to think of it as a field. I find that useful. And I find that if I think of it as a field that's charged up with joy and love, as we just did together, that's a lot more like the green and white blanket, right? When it's charged up with peaceful, just kind of open, peaceful, unity, calm consciousness where anything is possible. It's kind of like the gray blanket, right? So what color blanket do you want to have? What's the color of your blanket that you want to create through? What's your field of substance decorated and colored as, right? Just think, what could that be? So let me drum for a couple of minutes. I'll treat you to some shamanic drumming, and I'll do the fast pace that science has shown actually helps our brains get entrained at a frequency that creates access to our subconscious. In shamanic terms, we would call that non-ordinary reality. Here's our ordinary reality, all this stuff right here. Non-ordinary reality can also be right here. It's just like behind the veil. It's the energetic side of ordinary reality. And there's other things, upper and lower worlds, but I'm not getting into that today. I just want to give you a taste of another way to get into that oneness consciousness. And you might not experience it. You might just sit there and say, oh, that feels good, but nothing's happening. That's okay. You don't have to make anything happen. Just enjoy it. Don't try to picture anything. Don't try to imagine anything. Don't force anything to happen. Just kind of let it wash over you. And if you have an intention, if you could hold the intention of, let me see what my field looks like. Is it gray? Is it red? Is it patterned? What's my field? What's my field right now? And see if you can get some insights on that. You might see something, you might hear something. You might just see colored lights, you might see nothing, but you might sense it in your body. Depends what your sense perceptions are in non-ordinary reality, in that shift of consciousness between body and spirit. So let's just I'll drum. Let's see if this sounds okay. I don't want to sound okay, Lena? All right. So I invite you to close your eyes. Let the sound of the drum carry you and
and your mind and your body carry you into access to that unity consciousness, that field of awareness that is with you always, that you are an expression of, a unique expression. And see if you can feel that field, and maybe even sense what it's like. Come back here in this place and time. A little bit different than meditation, huh? Thank you for being willing to give that a try. And yeah, hopefully you got a sense or an image of that field, like the blankets, and maybe even have a flavor of what yours is like today. Thank you for the opportunity. And now we have some special music.
So I'll explain this on the next little break, but we're doing one of our greatest hits today, so just because we like it. A little gospel here for you. We're going to dedicate this song to recession, depression, unemployment, being happy. This song is for you. 1, 2, 4. Today's a new day,
but there is no sunshine. And nothing but clouds, and it's dark in my heart, and it feels like a cold night. Today's a new day, but where are my blue skies? Where is the love and the joy that you promised me? Tell me it's alright. I almost gave up, but a power that I can't explain fell from heaven like a shower now.
And I think it's going to be a whole lot better if you...
I smile, even though I hurt, see I smile. And I know God is working, so I smile. Even though I've been here for a while, I smile, smile. It's so hard to look up when you've been down. I sure would hate to see you give up now. And you look so much better when you smile, so smile.
Not every day can be perfect, but every day can smile. Today's a new day,
but there is no sunshine. And nothing but clouds, and it's dark in my heart, and it feels like a cold night. Oh, today's a new day, but tell me, where are my blue skies? And where is the love and the joy that you promised me? Tell me it's alright. And I almost gave up, but a power that I can't explain fell from heaven like a shower now. I smile. Even though I hurt, see, I smile. And I know God is working, so I smile. Even though I've been here for a while, I smile, smile. It's so hard to look up when you've been down. Oh, sure would hate to see you give up now. And you look so much better when you smile. Smile for me. Can you just smile for me? Smile for me. Can you just smile for me?
And I say,
you look so much better when you smile. 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 And I almost gave up, but a power that I can't explain fell from heaven like a shower now. I smile, even though I hurt, see, I smile. And I know God is working, so I smile. Even though I've been here for a while, I smile, smile. It's so hard to look up when you've been down. Oh, I sure would hate to see you give up now. You look so much better when you smile. Smile.
you look so much better when you,
You look so much better when you smile. 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 You look so much better when you smile.
Dee, thank you. Kara and Chris. Yeah. Oh, wow. We're really getting the flavor that we were proclaiming last week about how we are interspiritual. In other words, that meaning, that deeper meaning of the core of love from which all traditions and religions emerge. We're really embodying that today. And it really all comes down to the same thing. It's all this energy of divine light and love and this intelligence that is everywhere, that connects everything, that we are expressions of. And thank you. I love the whole demonstration of that. It really gives you a visual of that, pushing out from the field. That's a really beautiful image. So we're here together, intertwined. We are co-creating this experience. Every Sunday is a little bit different. We're co-creating this experience together, and you're creating it with me. And to support this in the way that we are creating this together, we have our offering right now. So I invite you to take out your tithes, your gifts, your offerings, the way that you are supporting this community. And there's many ways to do it, which is listed in the program. If you're watching, if you're joining us online, I think Mel is probably putting something up, a visual there that has a link that you can click on to go to our website to give. We have by Venmo, by text. This green card is if you're signed up as a conscious sustainer. This is a program where you sign up and you're constantly supporting this community, and we so appreciate you and all of the gifts. Honestly, all of that you have shared this whole year, so grateful for it because you've made this possible. So thank you. So if you would take that, your whatever is representing that in your hands, maybe place it to your heart, and we say our affirmation together. Breathing for a second here in the heart. Together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am. So it is.
I'm happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled. I'm happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled.
I'm aware of all my blessings, so much love I can't sit still. I'm happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled. I'm happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled. I'm happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled. I'm aware of all my blessings, so much good I can't sit still. I'm happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled. I'm happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled. I'm happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled. I'm aware of all my blessings, so much grace I can't sit still. I'm happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled.
Thank you. Look, we all coordinated with the green, didn't we?
Yes.
Yes, green. It's an energy here. It is. Thank you. All right, so let's feel that love that is pouring through our hearts and maybe out through our hands as we direct it this way, and just bless all of these gifts, this expression of love. This is an expression of love. We are so grateful for it. We know that that love continues to grow and bless all of the things that we do here in this community and goes out. We are a tithing community. Goes out into the community, the larger community, to bless others, and returns to the giver, pressed down, multiplied, and running over. Thank you, Spirit. So it is. Thank you. And yes, this is our prayer request box. Thank you, Karen. It's taking it over to out back to the foyer. So if you'd like to have your prayers prayed over during the Sunday service and also by our prayer team, you just go ahead and fill out one of the requests and drop it in there. And that's what will happen. And I'm seeing some new faces today. We're so glad to have you join us today. If you are new, if you would just kind of raise your hand and signal, and Mary will come by with a packet of information that has a card on the outside. If you want to fill out that card on either side, I think we got one over there, and return it to Mary. We have a little booklet that we'd like to give you. Is it over here, maybe? No? Yes? Yeah. And if you are joining us online, you found us online, thank you. We're glad to have you here. And just sort of say hello. I'm new here, and Mel will provide some information, whatever it is that you'd like to know about us. All right. Thank you. Let's have maybe one more piece of music. All right.
We're going to do one more piece of music today, but before we do this piece of music here, we have been blessed for about 8 months to have the lovely Carol Rezeguet with us, leading the services and helping with the service music and just being an overall swell gal. And it's been very much an honor to meet her. She's a very lovely person, and she's a very great singer, great musician, and I don't know what exactly we're going to do without her, but we're going to muddle on. She will be back a little bit, but give her a big hand, and it's really been very much a pleasure and a privilege to work with you. It very much has. So, look at that, flowers.
You, we bless you, we appreciate you just the way you are, and we behold the Christ in you. Mwah.
Do you want to say anything?
Oh, man. I didn't know there was going to be all that. It's funny because, we're going to do the song Landslide, and Landslide feels like a breakup song. And,
I feel like I'm kind of breaking up with you guys, but it's not you, it's me. And, the song just totally says that. No, I'm not breaking up with you. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here, and hopefully Beat will be taking the stage once a month going forward into the new year, but just need to take a little step down to focus on my schooling and all the other crazy things I've got going on and all the other things that I'm working towards. But, I happened to find UCP at a very delicate, vulnerable time in my life in this past year, and being able to sing up here on stage has been incredibly healing for me. It was the first time I was able to sing after the pandemic, when I was, a regular gigging musician, and there's all sorts of emotions and feelings that are wrapped up in this role for me, and so I just want to say how grateful I am to you all for holding this space and appreciating me and helping me find my voice again. I took my love and I took it down. I climbed a mountain and I turned around, and I saw my reflection in a snow-covered hill where the landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can the child within my heart rise above? And can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life? Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, children get older, and I'm getting older too. Well, I'm getting older too. Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, children get older, and I'm getting older too. Well, I'm getting older too. So take this love and take it down. If you climb a mountain and you turn around and you see my reflection in the snow-covered hill where the landslide brought me down. And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hill, the landslide will bring you down. The landslide will bring you down. Thank you.
All right, beautiful. Thank you. All right, so we have lots of things going on today and through this week and this season that is rich with the experience, the opportunities to experience spirit. right? And to give to others and to share our love with others. So the first way that we can do that is our holiday giving tree. You've probably seen this this cute little skinny tree that's in our foyer, and it has angels on it. And this is to benefit Project the Home Start, which is a facility that houses women and children and families that are finding a need for that. So the idea is to take, there's two ways to do it. You can either take an angel off the tree, and if you do that, and I had to learn this too, you're supposed to write your name down on there's like a little, what's that thing called? Clipboard, that's it, clipboard. Yeah, you want to fill your name there when you take an angel, and then go buy a card from Target, a gift card, $25, right, from Target, and then bring it back here. If you don't want to do that, you can just put your donation in the box that's next to it, and we'll take care of buying those. But it's every year we do this. We combine our love and our energy with Katie from the Rishi Spa and Salon. She puts this together, and we do this as a community combined event. So it's a really great way to support them. Another way to support those who may need some warm clothing this season is a Wear for All season outreach. And so if you have any warm clothing that you're ready to sort of, but it's got to be not torn up, but kind of nice, gently used, right? And you'd like to pass it on. Maybe you don't like it anymore, it doesn't fit anymore or something, then bring it here, and we're collecting it in the basket that is out there, and we find the right. And Emily, you're heading this up, right? Emily's in the back. If you want to have any questions, you can ask Emily there. Thank you. Okay, and now that brings us to the Christmas Eve service, which is the highlight of the year. So if you are here in town, even if you've got people in, family in, bring the family, right? This is a great way to introduce them to what we do here. It's always a beautiful, sacred event. Talk about lighting candles. We got lots of candles. So we light on Christmas Eve. We have our traditional 12 powers, which we sort of tie in with the metaphysical interpretation of the Christmas story. And then, of course, we do the community singing of Christmas songs and the candle lighting service. It's always a sacred experience, and we've got some wonderful music coming up. I think Karen's going to be with us, and Glenn, and my daughter Olivia, and of course Chris. So please plan to be here. And, yes, Mark Malachi. So you heard his voice earlier in the service. Thank you. He's going to be singing and playing piano. It's going to be great. Don't miss it. Then the Burning Bowl service. This is our sort of trilogy of events that happen at this time of year. The Burning Bowl service is where we actually get to release like a physical a piece of paper that we write down what we don't want to carry into the new year with us, and we throw it in the burning bowl together. So that's happening on January 1st. Yes, it happens to be a Sunday, so we're doing that on New Year's Day. Come and bring what you'd like to release, and let's do it together in a sacred, intentional way. And then the following Sunday is our White Stone service, where we get a chance to really envision how we want to create this new year. We do a visioning process. We get a hold of a sense of a word. We write it on our white stone. Sometimes it doesn't make sense, but we write it anyway. And we keep that stone with us through the year with that name on it, and it makes sense after a while and begins to guide us through the year. I think I forgot to mention that Christmas Day we are closed. So please come on Christmas Eve. That is the big event. Okay, one more thing is Alt Nathaniel sitting back there looking like Father Christmas is a hypnotherapist, and he is offering a stop smoking workshop. So if you are interested in doing that, please talk to Alt. It's Tuesday evenings, January 3rd, 10th, and 17th, and it works. It absolutely works. So a lot of this is also in your program if you want to fill in the details there. Social media, we want to be connected with you and you to us. So if you are on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, then hit all the buttons, the subscribes and the likes and the shares. That really helps. Share it with others. And also, if you don't get our newsletter, you want to sign up for the newsletter because that has all of our events, and Debbie sends out some beautiful inspirational videos on Tuesday. And keep that spirit up throughout the week. Okay, and Alt, do you need a ride home today? Okay, Alt does need a ride home, so if somebody would like to offer Gaines. Oh, yeah, you too need a ride home. All right, so after... Okay, so it could be one person. All right, so after the service, if you can do that, please connect with them. And please join us for our wonderful, and I got a peek at the refreshment table in the kitchen before I came in. It's like out of this world. So please stay with us, particularly if you're new, and it's a good way, relaxed way for us to get to know you, you to get to know us, and there's some really yummy treats there. Also, deep dive discussion group, right, is after the service, and Gaines is leading that, and that will be in the room at the end of the hall to the right. And at the room at the end of the hall to the left is our 3-minute miracle, and that's an opportunity to sit with someone who is trained in prayer. And so if there's anything kind of going on, that sort of got awakened during the service or something, or through the week, or during this time of year, it's not always easy for people. That person can help you to see it from the highest possible perspective and get some prayer around that. And Karen, is our prayer partner for today, so you want to go see her. All right, I think that's it. And we're welcoming in the children now? Is that what we're doing? Oh, Michael, are you doing the massage today? Okay, Michael. Michael Savino is a trained massage therapist. And are you doing it outside or inside? In here. He's got like one of those chairs, and it's excellent. So go see him. It's on a love donation basis. All right, so let's welcome in the kids.
I am the radiant life of God, I am, I am, I am. I am the radiant life of God, I am, I am, I am. The health of God, the strength of God, vitality, energy, vim of God. I am the radiant life of God, I am, I am, I am.
Good morning. Benny left us a really fun program this morning, and we were talking about divine life, and life is one of the 12 powers of man, woman, and life involves making choices, and we talked about how many choices does a fish have to make, maybe where to swim, maybe what to eat, maybe to go up or down in the water, but being a human, we have a lot more choices than a fish, don't we? Maybe more than 3 or 4. And we're always making choices, and every choice we make determines how we're going to feel 5 minutes from now or 5 years from now, right? So we chose what to do creatively, and we put glitter on this fish. So we helped nature out a little bit with this fish. And then we got fun with other creative things, and we visited the Serenity Trail in the back, which they much enjoyed. They got creative with hiding magic stones for the adults to find. It's your choice when you go there. And we have 2 visitors today, so welcome our 2 visitors, Eli and Evan, and our wonderful Rasheen. Thank you for being here, Rasheen. We had a good time. Thank you, everybody.
Children within us and the children everywhere. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you just the way you are, and we behold the Christ in you. All right, you may be seated. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. And everybody, so let's stand together and say our prayer of protection with I am statements, and then we'll sing the peace song. All right, taking a deep breath together. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let me be with my family in perfect harmony. Let this begin with me, let this be my moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyful